Guys, I'm pumping it up. You know, when you do a workout and you feel like a little tired afterwards, but that's probably because I'm ready to eat. But I had a shake and then I'm gonna have a little lunch after this, and I just thought I want to do this before. So of course, welcome. It is me and my Rapunzel hair coming to you live, and of course with Boss Queen TV, your soul abundance channel, to become the magic so that you can, of course, manifest your most expansive life as easy as 1, 2, 3. So of course, you know, in this show it's all about money mindset, receiving like a queen, aka your energy, and of course the soul-led strategy so you create a multiple 6-figure and 7-figure empire on your own terms. And Monday's always great. So interesting. I read somewhere like apparently Mondays and Fridays are my favorite days. I'm like, actually every day is my favorite day because I get to choose, and you do too. So now let me just share this really briefly in a couple of groups to make sure that everybody gets first dibs and gets the opportunity to tune in live. And of course, if you are tuning in, I don't know why I talk like a gangster again this morning, but if you are tuning in, by all means, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what you're most excited about, and let me know perhaps what you're going to absolutely make happen this week. Like legit, no excuses, no shenanigans. It's like you are going to be lit, set this week on fire. We're going to crush it. It's the last week of this month. Let me just make sure this looks kind of pretty. Half professional, you know. And, oh, where's my kiss? Why does my kiss not always go in there? Anyway. And then, of course, we shall get into it. We shall get into it. We shall, not Michelle. Even though I met a very beautiful Michelle on Friday. Hashtag epic human. Then again, it is so important to surround yourself with the most epic humans only. And this week I'm sharing this also in the Money Mindset Manifestation Makeover group. So anyone who is in my, hello darling, in my Manifestation Challenge group, you have an opportunity to stay on and get additional coaching. And for everyone that's not in there yet, you have a chance to get in there for a very low price investment and get access to my 21-day manifestation challenge. So it's all about the mindset makeover and of course the manifestation skills that you need to become a manifestation queen. And you got till Friday the 25th of October to decide. Boom. And then we've got something else happening. I am so excited. I literally mapped it out, got the download on the weekend. I'm like, oh my God. You know when you're getting the ideas and you go, seriously? It's like, totally makes sense. Why have I not done this before? Because guess what? It's all about divine timing. Now listen, we are going to talk about this week. So I'm going to close this off. Perfect. We're done. And Money Queens are on. They are on fire. Sheena and the ladies are all on fire. So that's yes. Oh yeah, bless. And of course, she was in the 21-day manifestation challenge, so she can probably tell you how amazing it is. It is actually pretty sound, pretty epic, pretty amazing, if I may say so myself. But don't take my word for it. Take the words of the 300 queens in the group for it. They can tell you. So anyhow, that's out of the way. Just a little reminder, because I cannot remind you often enough, because I get not everybody watches me. Which actually, why don't you? Like, I should just put the command out there and just expect that the whole world tunes in for Boss Queen TV. Yeah, all right, I'm picking that up. Okay, I'm making a mental note. Now, listen, this week I'm going to give you a different piece of thought, okay? Because every week, Monday, we talk about obviously setting intentions, being very clear on how you're going to make sure this week's going to be super lit. It's about getting results, okay? I cannot stress enough how important it is to get the results, because at the end of the day, I get all of you, hey Casey, I get all of you are so about, you know, the spiritual alignment, making sure your life is in complete alignment, you know, doing the purpose work. But at the end of the day, it is also about getting the results, because if you can't put food on the table, or if you're struggling for money, and it just, it just gets tiring, and it just gets annoying. Honestly, I've been there many moons, many moments to count, and I know, I understand what it's like to kind of go through the roller coaster. I've been there, like I said, plenty of time, and I just feel like, I just want to share with you all the things that I've been implementing, especially ridiculously over the last 18 months, since having another major epiphany in my own life journey. And that's allowed me to create massive change on a positive level. So of course I'm sharing that, and so every week we kind of go on about, okay, what are we going to do differently this week? What are we setting the attention on? And making sure that we've got the clarity, making sure we've got the fire, making sure we've got the hunger, making sure that we're obviously results driven. And so last week, we talked about drawing a line in the sand. The week before, we talked about making sure that you do the reflection and you go within and you make sure you focus on progress. It's not about, building, as I say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I know we can definitely quantum leap though, but sometimes, we don't need to put too much pressure on ourselves, but at the end of the day, still make sure that we think big. Like, it's about having that courage to think even bigger, to stretch that vision. And, as they say, I'd rather choke on greatness than nibble on mediocrity. And I think that's another part of the issue or challenges that, so many women out there, they think in mediocre terms. They think too small. They're like, oh, I'd be happy if I make a couple of grand a month. I'm like, fuck off. Why not make 20 grand a month? Why not make 25, 30, 40, 50 grand a month? Why not make $100,000 a month or $200,000 a month? Everything is available to you, right? So that's one thing. So maybe this week we're gonna stretch that thinking, right? We're gonna stretch that thinking. We're gonna get outside of our comfort zone. We're gonna stop setting for mediocrity, and because that's actually wasn't planned, but that's coming out anyway, right? And here is what I wanted to say. Oh, I love it. There's like kids outside. It's like a kids-free day again today in Australia. I'm like, seriously, kids never go to school here. So then on the flip side, this is something I want you to focus on today. And this is going to be, as I said, a bit of a interesting food of thought. But hey, my angels don't lie. And if they're guiding me to share that with you, then that's because it's on point. So this week, how about you start this week with forgiveness? Yeah, forgiveness. Let's release some resentment. Let's release some guilt. Let's release some shame. Let's release some blame. Okay? Now, some of you may be coming off a bit of a binge weekend, binge drinking, binge eating, binge sleeping, binge Netflixing. I don't know if that's a word, right? Some of you may have been giving into the binge behavior, where I see it so often that during the week it's like, oh, legit, on the point, on the money, and on the weekend they kind of blow it all off because they have this old school thinking that, oh, well, I've worked really hard, now I've got to reward myself, and sometimes this leads to just blow things out of the water, which I know definitely has been a pattern of mine in the past. Definitely. # guilty as charged. Done it plenty of times, and it's been something I needed to really work my way around it. And I've done a lot of alignment work where now I'm like, actually, it doesn't really freaking care what day it is. I don't need to work to get a reward. It's just part of my soul. It's just what I do. I don't care what day it is. And guess what? I can eat, drink, do whatever I want on any day of the week at any given moment if that's what my soul wants, okay? But at the same time, if you've done that, you may want to release that. You don't want to have the guilt today. You don't want to wake up and go, oh my God, I'm a bit tired. I've overeaten. I drank too much. I kind of did whatever. If that is something, then by all means, do the forgiveness and release it. Because guess what? It's like, it was yesterday. It was the day before. You're not that person anymore. Today literally is a new day, a brand new day. You are given the opportunity to be a brand new person, to make brand new choices and live accordingly today. Literally, yesterday is gone. You cannot go back in time. Let's face it, time doesn't really exist and everything is always available. But anyway, let's just for the normality, right, for the sanity, you cannot actually go back yesterday, and you cannot change that behavior, as in, you can't travel back in time. So why don't we just release anything that's kind of still holding you back to that and just start fresh? And also, on the flip side, if it's not perhaps like a a binge behavior that you've done over the weekend. But maybe, if you're still latching onto something, so maybe you're still kind of hung up about something or someone, and at the end of the day, this latching on energetically is literally holding you back. It's literally closing you off. It's literally putting up barriers, and you're going to be resisting the flow, resisting the receiving, resisting the results. Can I get an amen if you get that? Can I get an amen, right? So let's release, let's forgive, and let's forgive a resentment. Now, it is important 2 ways, really important. Number 1, you are going to feel freer, and you're going to be able to cut cords and free yourself of any burdens, especially if it's to do with another person, or even if it's about the fact that you haven't been getting the results that you desire, right? And you're kind of been a little bit hung up and you're feeling a little bit frustrated. Let's release that. Forgive yourself even. Forgive yourself for being maybe too focused on the money. Forgive yourself for being too strict or too controlling, or maybe putting too much pressure on yourself. Forgive the other person if you're feeling a little bit like, oh man, right? Like, I always forgive people all the time. Oh, I love it. And I forgive myself all the time, okay? So that's really important, that you get a chance to cut and release and just instantly free yourself, okay? But also it's going to allow yourself to energetically change things up, because guess what? You are breaking the patterns of what you're attracting in. Because if you're still attached to whatever behavior or thought or emotion or situation or experience or person, remember, you're going to get what you focus on. And if you're still focusing on that, whether it is, as I said, something, a pattern or experience or something that you kind of been hanging on to, then you're just going to manifest actually more of that. Okay, so it's really important. I know this is wow, a little bit of a different kind of strategy to help you this week, just to start this week fresh, to release and cut off anything and anyone out of your aura, out of your field, to give yourself a good cleanse and forgive yourself especially, because I know if you're anything like me, we are always, not always, but so often so hard on ourselves, okay? And we get a little bit frustrated because perhaps, last week didn't maybe work out, or this month hasn't been working out as you wanted, and you get to this place, it's Monday, and you're feeling the pressure already because you're like, righto, I've got 10 days left. I've got to hustle, man. I've got to make the money. I've got to make it happen. I've got to go. And it just creates already this kind of stress, overwhelm, panic, frustration, and not the good kind of fire. So free yourself. And I'm free, ready, free falling. You got to free yourself. Or as On Vogue would say, free your mind. Ready? That's it. I don't know how the lyrics go, for the rest of your time or life or something like that. So free your mind so you can be free falling, okay? So that is literally my thought for today. And I would love to hear what you think. If you have questions, if you are someone though who perhaps struggles to release, struggles to kind of really deal with the emotional stuff of it and the mindset and the energy, and don't understand how, this can actually really hinder your results, or you don't know how to do that, and of course, please reach out to me. I can certainly help you and allow you to release so that you can open yourself up to receive like a queen, okay? And apart from that, thank you. I appreciate you too. Apart from that, as I said, questions, feedback, let's continue that conversation. Share your goals, your vision, your inspiration, your intentions and focuses, all of that for the week over in my Facebook group, the Rising Queen Collective. So if you're not already in there, make sure you join us. And then, as I said, if I can help you out personally, let me know. Alternatively, remember my 21-day manifestation challenge group. You can join us this week only, right? It's literally till Friday, the 25th of October. After the weekend, we're doing a bit of a clean and a clear and a cull in that group. And then I'm going to add like a monthly coaching call, all to do with money manifestation. So that's going to be a very high vibe group for money specifically, which is going to be really cool. And you can join that very inexpensively. It's a very low cost investment, and that's pretty much all you can do for now. Obviously, I've got something else up my sleeve, and I will be telling you about this very, 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 very shortly. I'm not going to spill the beans just yet, but I'm just telling yourself, brace yourself, brace yourself. This is going to be super freaking hot. And of course, and have an amazing week, okay? Release that shit, release that shit, release that shit. Open yourself up to receive, and then free your mind, right? Free your mind so you can receive and shine your light so freaking bright, okay? I love you, I love you, I love you. Have an amazing rest of the day. Have an amazing start to the week. And of course, I am going to see you super soon. And of course, remember that in order to manifest the magic, you've got to become the magic yourself first. But of course, not in order, the order is to be, do, and have it all on your own terms has already been granted. So remember that in order to manifest the magic, you got to become the magic yourself first. Mwah.